and then you start catching a vibe. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just get out the way. You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast go ahead, stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. Cool love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy, whoa. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. Yeah. Watch me finesse, walk to the line. Good versus evil, God in his prime. Always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you headed there fast. I am ahead, you are in last. Last time I checked, you were all gas. Gas in the whip it up fast. Fast and all furious, I'm starting to spaz. Getting all curious, you put me on blast. Blasting that Darius, kids in the back. Back to the future is black. Black like T'Challa, Wakanda attack. East Coast with the gang, gang, gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the
There we go. What's going on? All right, the chat's up here. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're all good to go. Now it's good. Now we're good. What up, Beaches? What's going on, fam? What up? Yeah. I'll be here for a couple moments. Let everyone come in. Everyone's getting their alerts. Aha. 20 pounds. Holy shit. I gotta make some sweet potatoes. I haven't had any in a couple days. Time to make some.
Is that one song that you heard so many times?
I hear this song all the time.
I'm not gonna bump to this song.
I'm not gonna bump to this song. I'm catching that vibe.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sorry either.
I like the song.
East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know we don't play gang, gang, gang. East Coast with the gang, 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 gang. West Coast with the gang, 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 gang. Lower with the gang, 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 gang. You know. Yeah. Whoa. East Coast with that gang, gang. You know we don't play games, whoa. Hop up on that wagon, oh please just
SoundCloud.
You know we stay stuntin', right up in your face. We sorry, not sorry, we just stuck up in our ways. West Coast go ahead, stand up, put that glass and hands up. Gang, 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 we famed up, got that change, we bagged up. Cool love, we stay manned up. Ahem like I'm wheezy, yeah. Rap game just too easy, drip so sick I'm queasy.
Whoa.
East Coast with the gang, gang, gang.
Hey, ho. Ho. It's Papa Slowly, yo. It's Papa Slowly, yo. All right, who's ready for some nipple pinching? No one's ready for the nipple pinching. Can't handle it. You can't hang. You can't hang. You can't sit with us. You can't sit with us. You can't sit with Daddy. You can't sit with Papa Swole.
Versus evil, God in his prime, always in prime, always on time. Our time to shine, wifey is fine. I'm doing fine, glad that you asked. God fill me up, mud in my glass. God clean me up, all that I ask. Wherever you
all right.
Last time I checked, you were all gas.
Here we go.
Whip it up fast.
Pinch my nips. Ooh, those nipples.
The sun is shining.
You like that?
The birds are chirping. The bacon is sizzling.
Welcome to Making Sick Fucking Games. Testing. Test. Testing testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1009 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, ya booshes? Everyone that's joining me, I got some coffee in the beard, you're welcome. Got some coffee in the stash, can't be helped. It's all over the place. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh my God. Oh, it's everywhere. Welcome everyone to episode 1009 of The Sleaze. Thanks for joining me live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, everywhere, Instagram. What's going on, booshes and beaches? Remember, Facebook booshes? Facebook? No, Instagram beaches? Facebook booshes? I forget. But good shit. Good shit. We're here. We're here to talk about Jabronis. And I actually went live for 2 seconds and then Twitch banned the title. Everyone's so fucking sensitive about language. Fuck you, Twitch. Fuck that shit. Everyone's so sensitive about language. I couldn't put the word fucking shit in my title with the asterisk. I'm going to repeat that. I couldn't even put the swear word with an asterisk. I couldn't even do F with like the asterisk and then the C and shit with the asterisk as the I. I couldn't even do that. You're putting language that's not appropriate for our platform. Fuck you. If it's language, it should be, who are we shielding? Like, I know Twitch is for gaming mostly. I'm streaming because I have confidence that it's going to expand in the future because Amazon is the fucking tits. I just think, why are we shielding people? Why are we shielding kids from bad words? Look, here's what's funny. I can't put in the title, I can't put stupid fucking shit, even with an asterisk. I can't put stupid fucking shit. However, I can start playing on Twitch a video game and just fucking yell at people and swear all I want. Like, where do you draw the line? You can't control people. You can't control everyone. I'm sick of it. So do something. I'm not going to stop swearing. And that's where I think, and we'll talk about YouTube. We'll talk about shit. We're going to talk about stuff because the way I make content, I don't bend over backwards for any platform, which is why I do stuff on all of them. And in all honesty, if, for example, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, if all these platforms said, you know what, we don't like your videos, I'm going to continue to make the same content and I'll just post them on my site. I'm not worried about distributing content because now all of you know I exist. So you're still going to get the stuff that you like. Don't worry. It's not going to stop. And that's also a reason why I do stuff everywhere, because I don't want to be susceptible, right? Remember when YouTube stopped, or you heard that probably in the last year or so, YouTube's cracking down on tons of shit. Every time you post something, you say a naughty word, they don't monetize your videos. You post a clip, it's copyrighted content, you're getting strikes, you're this and that and the other. So everyone's complaining. All these big time YouTubers are complaining because that was their primary source of income. They spent 10 years or whatever since YouTube came out in 2006, and they just built their whole career on YouTube, and then they're in the hands of YouTube, and then they are susceptible to whatever YouTube wants to do. That's dangerous. That's dangerous from a business standpoint. It's dangerous from a logical standpoint. You don't want to be in control. I'm saying you don't want to be in someone else's control. You don't want to be at the mercy of any platform. So those of you that just use YouTube and Facebook and Instagram for your own personal pleasure, that's different. If you use it for your personal pleasure, you just watch the stuff where you want to watch it. You watch who you want to watch, where you want to watch it. If you like to use Twitter, use Twitter. If you like to use YouTube. But as a creator, I don't censor my shit. I'd rather not. Imagine the driving while gaining episodes, my stuff on YouTube. Can you imagine how many videos I have that I don't have monetized? Like, they just won't want to show ads on them, which is fine. I don't care. I'm not doing it to make money. So that's why I make the content the way I make it, because I'm not trying to pander to anyone. I'm not trying to get ads. And you'll see a lot of people that bleep out the things and they talk really gently. And that's where fitness channels and a lot of content on YouTube is really falling apart, I think. I think it's the pussification is bleeding over into these social platforms where you're communicating a lot. Hey, we have the access. I can stream live and talk to thousands and millions of people whenever I want. And I say millions. That's all right, maybe overall, but it's growing. It's growing. I have many viral videos that have gotten millions of views, but I can reach a ton of people. However, if I'm reaching more people, but I'm talking and I'm changing my voice, then it just becomes background noise and you end up sounding like everyone else. That's what happens with a lot of like comedians and stand-up people. They start making it big in Hollywood, like Eddie Murphy, and then you get softer and you stop using or doing the same edgy content that you always did. And of course, we grow, we mature, we do different things, and we have different interests. So I'm not saying I'm always going to be a fucking psychopathic lunatic. I'm not like this all the time in my private life. I don't just fucking rage on everything. I'm very calm, and I think I just get it all out. When I come here, I get it all out on the Daily Swole. I get it all out on my YouTube videos. So it's a nice way to vent and to release stuff into the atmosphere. But obviously my content has a point. My content has a purpose. I'm not just ranting and swearing for the sake of swearing and ranting. There's a point behind it. It's just how I like to deliver my content, and it's how my brain works. And I think it's funny, and I know you enjoy it, which is why you're here. But I don't like that. And I wasn't going to talk about this right off, but that's stupid fucking shit. That wasn't the main topic. That wasn't like what I wanted to open up with. But once I started launching this podcast right now, I got that alert from Twitch saying, you have banned words in your title. Fuck you, I have banned. What word is banned? I should be able to say any fucking word I want. I should be able to write any word I want. If someone doesn't like the word that I'm using, then don't watch my shit. Then don't support it. Isn't that the best way? Isn't that the best way to moderate? Isn't that the best way to moderate content? If people don't like it, they're not going to watch it. And then it's up to me whether or not I want to continue making it, because if no one's watching my shit, then it's kind of a waste of time, isn't it? So shouldn't that be the best method of merit in terms of content? Shouldn't that be the best merit? If I sit here and I'm doing the podcast every day and I'm swearing, I like to say cunt, I like to say twat, I like to say cock, I like to say naughty words. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, it's sensitive to your ears. If I want to say that and you don't want to hear it, guess what? You take your thumb and you hit the X and you go watch something else. Okay? You swipe, you go a different direction, or you write a comment. I don't like those words. And I say, go fuck yourself. And then maybe you go and fuck yourself, or you go watch Disney Channel, right? You go and do something else. That's it. That's it. It's just, that's all that has to happen. That's all that has to happen. People can watch other things. If you don't like what I say, you don't like what I'm doing, then you go watch something else. All right. This is the Swole Network. I do whatever the fuck I want, bitches. Let's see. Well, that's YouTube's and Twitch's system. They want to make all platforms well, I understand. Well, all platforms are getting older anyway. Twitch is aging up. Everything ages up. College kids were the only ones or the first people to get Facebook. And now your grandmother, your grandparents are on Facebook. So it ages up. And so is Snapchat. So is Instagram. Instagram used to be really young. It still is, but you got your parents on Instagram now. People are using Instagram more. Of course, Facebook owns Instagram, but everything gets older if the platform is good for it. So if the platform is good and the engagement is good, more people are going to start using it. So that's just the process of it. So eventually Twitch and virtual reality and augmented reality and all those things, as they get more mainstream, everyone's going to be using them. So your parents might not be doing VR, but once it gets really popular and everyone's got one in their fucking house, or you're holding it in your hand and you put on your sunglasses and there's a fucking contact lens that automatically hooks you into your phone, and everyone's doing VR, then guess what? Whatever platform can translate over to VR, everyone's going to be on it. And then it's not going to be for 10-year-olds, right? It's just going to change like that. So language, but I'm saying is controlling language is a problem. Controlling language and moderating what you want to say. I don't like to censor myself, and I don't want to censor myself. And the reason why I started doing this podcast, the reason why I started doing my content in my way, I know a lot about fitness. Obviously, those of you that are members of Swolenormous X, I know a lot about fitness. I have a lot to share, and there's a lot of actual value. I'm not just some fucking guy doing podcast content. I'm a fitness professional. That's been my life. That's been my life's work. That's what I enjoy doing at the foundation. But now I'm finding so many more interests in doing entertaining content and doing reporting type stuff and editing videos. Like, I enjoy this stuff. So I don't hold myself to any one category. I like talking about different things. I like humor. I love humor. I love doing funny shit. And I love when people get pissed off at dumb shit. I love it. It cracks me up because they're so uptight. I've had very few people that ever didn't like, oh, I don't like the swearing. Could you not swear so much? Sure, I could, but I'm not fucking going to. Of course I could swear less. I could also swear more. I swear just the amount that I want to. I use the words that come into my brain and I put them out there. If you don't like it, go watch something else. And, these platforms are, yes, they're privately owned, but the way social media is going, it should be a right for everyone. And I don't like it when they say what you can or cannot say. I know there's terms of services. I'm not saying anyone should get hurt, anyone should get murdered, anyone should be in, really in dire danger. There has to be some kind of limitations, I suppose. However, people have to learn. We have to be taught by parents. We have to be taught properly how to use these things. And really, it's a society thing. I really do believe that. It's a society thing. It's not Twitch's fault. It's not Instagram's fault. It's not Facebook's fault. It's how we use it. Remember the other day when I was talking about deleting everyone from Instagram? The more you delete, and we had like a little contest and stuff like that. It's not the fact that Instagram exists. It's not the fact that Facebook exists. It's how you use it. Facebook, Instagram, this shit is amazing. It's an amazing positive influence in our society. Everyone says it's negative. I don't think so. How much have you learned from my podcast? How much have you learned on YouTube? How much do you want? It really comes down to how much do you want to learn? You could Google anything and watch videos. I learned so much about, I don't really do a lot of work on my car now. I don't care anymore. But when I first moved down here and I really got into cars and doing all the oil myself, transmission, brakes, I would do all of it myself. I got really into that. All I would do is just Google, you put in the car, you put in the year, and then you watch a video, you go buy the tools or you go rent the tools and you do the work. And it's satisfying. You just learn. And you learn by doing. I learned everything I know about social media and editing and sound editing and podcasting just by looking at YouTube videos and practicing. And if you watch my older content, it sucked in comparison to now. It's just you live, you learn, and you develop. But it's how much you want to learn. It's what you want to put in. I don't like limitations to that. I don't like censorship. I don't like it at all. Down to less than 30 on Instagram. Nice. Do I follow? I don't follow anyone. I see some of their videos. I know who Elgin Intensity is. I just don't follow him, but I've seen his videos. He's got a great sense of humor. Let's see. All right, so let's see what we got. Missed 1008. Let's see, Instagram, Facebook. I got a serious talking to back when my son was in preschool. He would say pissed. Oh my God. The teachers got upset because he said the word pissed. If I have kids, they're going to be like, what up, beaches? That's my kid, like first day of school. What up, beaches? Little Swoleo. He's going to go in there and be like, I don't want if I have a child, I don't want him going to a public school. I really don't. I want him associating with children. I don't want him being educated by this fucking system. Bad news. Bad news. I agree with that, Jared. Yeah, be you, and those who aren't offended will stay. Your content isn't meant for everyone. Agreed. And I don't want everyone to stay. I think that's where a lot of people lose because they're not patient enough. They want to just get as many subscribers or followers or, grow as fast as possible. So they try to make content based on what everyone wants to see. I do a little bit of both. Of course, I'm going to make content that I think you want to see. Obviously, it's not worth making a video that, no one's going to watch this. Let's do it. However, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it in the way that makes that I enjoy because I have fun making my videos. I have fun editing my content. I have fun. When you're laughing, it's probably because I was laughing my ass off when I made it. And if it cracks me up, that's what I post. If I make a video, I'm like, oh, well, this will get monetized, but it's not as funny. I don't do it. I don't care. I want it to be funny. I want it to be better. That's the priority. That's the priority. And that's just me. That's just me. So let's talk about those of you that are new to the podcast. We did this last week. We talked about Jabronis. And we actually have this as part of the forums on swolenormousx.com. Those of you that are members, the hashtag SFS, it's the stupid fucking shit section. So if you see someone with garbage form or you just want to vent about someone at work, you can vent. And it's called hashtag SFS, stupid fucking shit. So I took the title from last week about the Jabronis, and we're going to combine it. Stupid fucking shit Saturday featuring Jabronis. So right now, if you have anything, and we may do it every Saturday, we may not, but today we're going to do it again because it just happens to coincide with a post and a video and some stuff that came out. Those of you that have seen my YouTube video, the latest one on Brittany Dawn Fitness, and a lot of you are following me now because of that video and the content. She's a fitness personality, influencer, whatever you want to call it, that has been for years scamming people. In other words, selling fitness programs, not delivering, not communicating with her clients, promising individualized custom plans and not delivering on them, just pretty much taking people's money and not delivering what she said she was, and then banning and blocking people and trying and eliminating bad comments, blah, 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 blah. So pretty much a shitty person with a lot of issues. and who knows what exactly those issues are or where they came from. And I'm not saying that there's no road to redemption for someone like that, but it's really bad. It's really bad. And I posted a long video. I made it yesterday, like early yesterday, but I posted it late this morning, about pretty much her apology video on YouTube. So I encourage you to go watch it. I posted a picture about that in my Instagram feed. I think I also shared it to Facebook, but there's a link in my Instagram bio, or you can just go to my YouTube channel at Swolenormous, subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, you can watch the video. It's the last one. And I will have some follow-up videos because I've been getting some more messages based on that video with some more screenshots. And I want to follow the story, not because I'm just trying, I want to follow the story because a lot of people don't know this. And it's also kind of like a homage to people that got fucked over, because this is my industry. The fitness industry, lifestyle industry, all this, whatever you want to call. I mean, I consider my company and my business a fitness media company, or a like life media company. It's really, it branches out over a lot of different things with like lifestyle, nutrition, fitness training, but it's really a media company. This is how I treat Swolenormous. And because it crosses over with the same industry, it gives people a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to online fitness, when it comes to online education, when it comes to online businesses that kind of like very similarly mimic mine. I mean, Swolenormous X is different than anything you're going to find anywhere. It's not just a fitness program. It's programs, it's yoga classes. Those of you that are in X, you know that it's not like, hey, here's a program. It's a lot more than that. However, this is the reason why it's hard for people like myself to, I don't want to say use the word convince, but to break through this callous on most people's minds when it comes to online training, because they get burned by fucking jabroni assholes like this. And she scammed so many people out of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by not delivering, by just being completely inauthentic, lying, and not communicating, just literally taking money and not making it right. So what I did was I watched her apology video that she posted yesterday or 2 days ago. And then I made a video based on my experience and just what I saw in that video. And on the board behind me, you can't see it on Instagram, but you can from the other streams. On the board, it says truth. And one thing that I pride myself on is telling you the truth. And of course, the truth as I see it. And it's my opinion is also my truth. So if I say something and I have a stance on something, that's my opinion, but I'm truthful when it's my opinion. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to tell you, like, if I think someone's a jabroni, I'll call them a jabroni. It's like, okay, we all have thoughts. We all have feelings. I just want to voice them. And a lot of you maybe can't voice these feelings based on your jobs or who follows you. You might not be able to say, hey, you're a fat fuck, but I can say it because I don't answer to anyone. But at the same time, because you follow my content, you know it's coming from a good place. I'm not calling someone fat to be an asshole. I'm not calling, I don't call people ugly. Like, we don't talk about that. We don't shame people here. We talk about the truth. We talk about losing weight, being healthier so you can live longer and live a more vibrant life, and taking care and respecting your body, and a lot of positive things. My delivery is unique from a lot of people. But what happens is you have people like her that have fitness programs, online programs. Get my program this, get my 30-day program, my 90-day program, my individualized macros plan, get this, buy that. Hey everyone, my life is perfect. Look at me smiling in every picture. It looks like I'm in a Pier 1 Imports. All these fucking shit that you see from these fitness, quote, influencers. All this is a problem. It's a problem because it really puts, when you buy into that, it's a communication, it's a trust, it's an agreement. However, this is trust. Right now, you're watching me. I'm doing the podcast. We're creating trust. I'm not lying to you. And you all know that. If you ask me a question, this segues perfectly into this. Tomorrow, I just posted the picture on Instagram and Facebook, Sunday Fun Day Q&A. So if you have questions, drop them in the comments. It's in my feed on Instagram and on Facebook. So drop the comments as your question, and then we'll answer them tomorrow. And I'll do live tomorrow too. Of course, questions as many as I can tomorrow. So if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm the first person to tell you, I don't know. If I have an opinion on it, I'll give you my opinion, but I don't know everything. I don't know everything about science. I don't know everything and every latest research, and I haven't experienced everything myself. So if you ask me something, I'm like, I have no idea. I've never tried it. That's it. And you know, I usually talk from personal experience because I have experience with most things in the fitness industry and I've done most of these things myself. So it's very easy when you talk authentically. It's very easy when you talk about shit you know about. It's very easy when you tell the truth. So every time I do a podcast, every time I'm doing a video, I'm just being me. I'm doing my thing. I'm not reading off a script right now. Not one single fucking Daily Swole have I read off a script. Sometimes if there's like 5 bullet points, like the top 5 things, blah, 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 I'll have a note card maybe with like a couple things written down possibly just to make sure I don't forget one because we go off on tangents like crazy. But I don't script any of my podcasts. And, you know, take it for what it is. Like we have a topic and I talk and we discuss and I talk to you live and we engage and I answer questions. That's what I do. No videos are scripted. It's a concept or it's an idea. And then I go and then I edit if I'm editing the video after, or this is live, so it's not edited. And that's another reason why I like live. You know, I like transparency. I like real shit. I think that's what we're lacking, what Instagram was lacking, you know, what Facebook was lacking, what social media was lacking before the technology could catch up to live broadcasting, is that you can edit, you can tweak, you can tint, you can hue, you can change the way it looks after the fact, and then you don't know what's real. So you don't know if someone's really that big. You don't know if someone's really that tan, if someone's really that happy. You don't know that. Maybe someone just posts a picture when they're smiling every day. I'm not smiling all the time. How many of you are happy all the fucking time? How many of you are always in a good mood? 0. I'm not always in a good mood. I fucking feel like shit sometimes when I wake up. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to work out today. I don't feel like working out. And then I go, and that's why I do all this content. I'm trying to show you that I'm no different than you. I have to still fucking, you know, punch myself in the taint to be like, stop being a fucking pussy, go to the gym. And that's why I do the audio experience podcast where I'll really lay it down and just raw podcast, like my thoughts of the day or in the moment. I want you to understand that this is not like some kind of miracle. To be in shape, to be healthier, it's not some kind of a pill or some kind of, you know, something that you just buy. Hey, I'm going to do it this way. That's not how it works. You have to pursue it. You have to practice it. You have to practice your lifestyle. You have to practice your nutrition. You have to practice going to the gym at a certain time. You have to practice time management. You have to practice getting your shit done when you should be getting it done. You have to practice going to the gym and getting yourself amped up and doing it even when you don't feel like doing it. You have to practice getting better sleep. You have to practice getting better hydration. You have to practice purchasing better foods and having the right foods ready for you when you need. It's all practice. It's all practice. You think you're going to go and buy some fucking 45-day program and that's it? No, it's a practice. It's a practice. And that's the problem when you go and buy a one-off program. That's all it is. It's going to be cookie cutter. It's going to be stagnant. It's going to be static. That is why I created Swolenormous X, because it's anything but static. It's something you can customize. It's something you can adjust. It's something that progresses. It's always being updated and added. And it's like buckets you can take and pick and mix and match. And it's a community that's always growing and developing. We're always getting better. So those of you that are in Swolenormous X, this is just the beginning. Like all the content that's already in there, this is just the beginning of where we're going with this and how mobile it is and how functional and customizable it is. That's what I wanted to create. I never, ever, ever wanted to do one-off programs. I hate that shit. I fucking hate it because it's like it's chiseled in stone. Here's your program. Bullshit. You're helping one person and maybe, because you don't know, you have to work one-on-one and maybe tweak one thing. You can't hit a bullseye, even if you're working one-on-one. It's just a lot of BS. There's a lot of language used there that's just psychologically it's good for marketing. Psychologically it's good for selling. You know, fully customizable program, you know, individualized macros. All right, you're not teaching anyone anything. You're not teaching anyone anything. You're not teaching anyone how to be healthier. You're just handing them a laundry list and be like, check these off. That's not health. What happens when they don't have those foods available? What happens when they don't have your workout available? What happens when they don't have that equipment? What happens when they skip a day? What happens when they break up with their husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend? What happens when their family member dies? What happens when they get fired from work? What happens when they wake up with a migraine? What happens when they're what happens when something sets them off their schedule? What happens when life happens? What does happen when life happens? You tell me. Shit goes off the rails. If you don't have the tools and you don't have the mental fortitude and you don't have the preparation to handle that, you're going to be fucked up no matter what program you're doing. I don't care how good it is. It's about the approach. It's about your foundation. It's how you're approaching your fitness. It's who you have around you, right? It's that inner circle. It's that community. And that's what I wanted to do with Swolenormous X. And that's what's lacking with a lot of this fitness shit. So even the people that aren't scamming you, that way you buy something, they send you something, you're still like, okay, I need my next fix. I need my next program. That's not how life works. It's not my next program. It's the complete foundation built up and run through the rest of your life. It's learning how to customize. It's learning what your body needs and how to deliver what your body needs and paying attention, listening, learning. There's so many different aspects. And we're not taught this properly. We're not taught this properly by our parents. We're not taught this properly by society. Fuck no. We're not taught nutrition. We're not taught proper time management. We're not encouraged to exercise. Quite the opposite. We're encouraged to sit in a room, learn this, spit it back out, go sit at a desk, go to this, go home, go to happy hour, do this, celebrate that, fucking take a day off, go this, you deserve this, you deserve that. We're taught all wrong. And that's, I wouldn't even call it, we talked about this the other day. I wouldn't even call it taught. We're just programmed. That's bad. It's bad. I appreciate Katie. I love and appreciate your authenticity. One of my favorite things about Swolenormous X. Thank you, dear. I really appreciate that. And that's the best compliment. That's the best compliment when members come in here and are, I mean, pretty much all Swolenormous X members watch and catch the Daily Swole. I mean, that means the world when those of you that know me the best and those of you that are, you know, part of the inner family, like that is the best customer service in my eyes. The best customer service is when people don't have questions. The best customer service is when people don't have to ask. The best customer service and the best programs are when it's understandable and people don't have questions. So, you know, of course, there's always going to be something like, hey, I couldn't find this, or, oh, where'd you put, oh, I get it. You know, but then you tweak and you adjust. Like if you think that you can just do a one-off thing that's going to fit everyone, that's going to be something you can just do it and then leave it, that's a problem because time goes on, things change. The way people prefer to consume content changes. So again, those of you that are members of Swolenormous X, you know how we do voting. We vote on what next to update. We vote on next content because it's important to have a voice. It's important for me and for you to give you what you want. And that's where a lot of this bullshit is lacking. They're giving you what they say. Oh, follow. You want to look like me? You want to be skinny? You want to have a butt? Do these things. Well, not everyone wants that. How is it going to be delivered? How can that be customized? How can that be delivered that's going to help you the most? Not everyone likes to read. Not everyone likes to watch a video. Some people like to listen. I cover all the senses. I just don't come over and personally massage you. But I try to deliver content for those people that like to listen. I try to deliver content for those that like to read. I try to deliver content for those that like to watch. And it's important to understand that people learn different things in different ways. And, you know, you've probably seen, those of you that are Instagram, you see a little bit over the corner. And those of you that are watching their streams, you know I have note cards all over the wall. I have little quotes, comments, things that inspire me. And, you know, one of the cards I have is no one's ever going to complain that something was too easy to understand. And that's a big one that I think gets lost. No one's going to complain about you made it too simple. You made it too easy to understand. You made it too digestible. No one's going to complain about that. You don't have to talk over people's heads. Quite the opposite. And the way fitness is going, and I think this is a problem with technology in fitness. I think this is a problem with seeing so many things and everyone's trying to do something new so they can get views and subscribers and attention. So there's just so much more equipment coming out. There's so many new styles of training. There's so many new things, right? There's always a new training method, a new this. Look, the human body's been around for hundreds and thousands of years, millions of years. You don't need a lot of crazy different shit. Like we're learning more and more. However, you don't have to keep on selling people complicated shit. Fitness and health is not complicated. It's quite the opposite. You have to cut out all this bullshit. So just like we talked about the other day on Instagram, hey, you have to cut out people that are poisoning you, cut out who you're following, stop looking at everything that people are posting. You need to cut out all this bullshit. And it doesn't mean don't learn new things. It doesn't mean don't pay attention to research. It doesn't mean don't adapt and adjust. But there's so much shit. Like you have to focus. If you have laser focus on specific things that fucking work, a lot of the other things you'll figure out once you master the basics. People aren't mastering the basics. They're not mastering the fundamentals. They're not paying attention to those things that are fundamentally important. They're going for these high level things. They're trying to start from the top and work their way down. And they're getting hurt. They're getting discouraged. They're getting seemingly fucked over. Like They're trying to do things too quickly. Short-term mindset, impatience, and they're following, quote, false gods. They're just going after people that have big followings. It's nice. It's nice to have a big number. Like, oh, how many people are following you? Oh, I have this many, I have this big audience. Most of these people just have a ton of bots following them or followers that don't actually engage or use the platform. It's just a number. Just because someone has a big following doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about. There are actually few people that have big followings that know what they're talking about in the fitness industry. It's just, there's so much fucking crap out there. There's so much crap out there. And to put stock in someone because they have a blue check, to put stock in someone just because they have a high subscriber or follower count, that's dangerous. And that's, I think, what happened here. You see a big follower count, you trust her, you see some negative comments and reviews, back, maybe a couple years ago. And of course, as this whole Brittany Dawn thing came to a head recently, again, check the video on my YouTube channel for the details on that. You see a couple bad comments and you're like, oh, well, she's got a lot of, that's probably, everyone's going to be, I always have thumbs down on the video, a couple thumbs down. There's always those jabronis that are like, oh, fuck this guy or fuck this girl. So you just ignore it at first, but then all of a sudden these complaints start to mount and mount and mount. And you're like, holy shit. So that kind of subscriber count, for example, masked the fact that it was full of shit. It was bullshit. It was bad content. It wasn't the real product. It wasn't the real deal. People are getting scammed and lied to. So it can be a mask in many cases. And, unfortunately in this case, in this instance, with all of that, it was indeed a scam and it was indeed a problem. And a lot of people lost money and are really pissed off. And I'm going to be doing some follow-up videos on some of the other content that's coming out because, based on that video, a lot of people are asking for refunds and doing this, that, and the other. And there's a lot of other stuff coming out that is just a little bit, it's just shady. It's extra hoops. You've already fucked people. It's beating people when they're down. You've already stolen from them, broken their trust and violated them, emotionally raped them. And now you're asking for, well, I'll tell you in the videos, and you just kind of keep on going. It's just more and more stuff that just shows the lack of empathy is the right word, I believe. So have I heard of the smart mirror gym? Is that where you put the mirror on the wall? I wouldn't, I've seen it. I think that's going to be extinct well before it actually, it's too expensive, and VR and AR is going to take off before that actually ever hits some kind of, that's like really, it's like $1,500 and shit. That's really going to be something that no one's going to purchase or very few people are going to purchase. And by the time that might actually pick up some steam, you're just going to put on goggles and have the mirror on your eyes. So you're not going to need to use that. Exactly, especially being young and easily influenced. I'm 18 and glad that my judgment is good, but I see some crazy shit out there. There's crazy shit out there. There is crazy shit out there, no doubt. No question. Thank you, I appreciate it. Swolenormous X is the only way to go, although not a member yet. This man is 100% real, no BS. Appreciate it, bro. Let's see. I'm not saying all this stuff to toot my own horn, but this is like why I do things the way I do. This is why I create content the way I create content. This is why I talk about these things in the way I talk about these things, because this shit is real. This shit is real. It's real. I've been talking about this stuff for a while. I talk about fitness without the bullshit. No more fucking BS. I'm telling you, this stuff, this happens. This is exactly the kind of concept that I avoid. I just do the opposite of, whenever I hear stuff like this, I just continue to do the opposite of all of that shit. It's just literally it's just ironically, it's like every single thing that's bad about the fitness industry, this is what was going on with her. And will she refund all funds? I hear that she's sending out emails saying that you have to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement first, which is fucked up. So, yeah. So I'm going to do another video on that. And we'll discuss that. I'll get into more details with what I've been shown, because I have a bunch of people that sent me some screenshots and everything. So I'll do a follow-up video. I'll probably get up there tomorrow. And I'll report on this and keep you up to date in the loop, just because it's important. Not to beat her up, but she beat herself up. I mean, she asked for this. So it's not like, when you screw over this many people, it's like you did this to yourself. So she deserves it. And it's important for people to know what's possible and what's out there, and to make sure that they don't fall into this trap, or I'm sure many other traps that you hear about. And social media is great because it's transparent, it exposes people, but this is what happens, and if you're honest and authentic, you're gonna stand. And I feel like, myself and a few others will be the last pillars standing after after social media keeps on getting more and more and bigger and more transparent and information. And, it's just, if you do things the right way, you have nothing to worry about. I have nothing to hide. You do your best and you're honest with people, and people are very understanding if something's going on and you're busy and you got swamped with orders and shit like that. As long as you're transparent, you're like, hey, you can get a refund. I'll give you a discount, or just bear with us. It'll take a couple of weeks, but you'll get okay, I understand. I'll take my money back, or no, you know what? I appreciate that. I'll wait. But people want to be acknowledged, and then when they want the communication, it's important. Mike Studdle, thank you, bro. Always truth. That, of course, builds trust. Everyone seems to have an agenda. They filter the shit they say and do, not to offend, but because they want their money. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm doing this for a living too, and I'm making money, and it's a business. But you can build a business doing the right shit. You can build a business giving, if you have services, okay, those services should be paid for. My program, Swole Enormous X, you need to pay for that. That's extremely valuable, and it's an amazing value, and I probably should be charging more. However, I want as many people to have access to it as possible. I'm not trying to make it inhibitory, but the value is absurd. And that's okay. It's okay to have things that people pay for as long as you deliver and you're transparent in your approach. So if you do things the right way and you build the business properly, just treat the business as if you're talking to another person. You're communicating. The business is a person, and you communicate with people. That's it. It's just having a conversation. And unfortunately, with all this technology, it seems like people are forgetting that those numbers on the screen, those likes and followers and this kind of stuff and emails, like, they're coming from real people. It's not robots or doing fitness programs. So people are really, when you remember that there's a person on the other end, you treat it differently. But I think it's easy to forget because all you see is numbers all the time and text on a screen. Those are people sending that shit. So when you think about that, you're talking to a human being, just like you are answering as a human being. You just talk differently. I appreciate that, Abby. Exactly why I don't ask questions. You've answered them before I ever ask. I try to get those. I try to make it so you don't have questions. That's the goal, ideally. The thing is that people don't look in the right places to find the right way. They follow the famous roided up influencers and pay for content and get bamboozled. Let's see. Ethics in business is important. We live in a time where people will destroy people who are unethical. It will not pay to scam people, especially not long run. If you're trying to build a business long term, which I am, you do things the right way. And it's very tempting. It's very tempting to cut corners to grow faster. And that's because people don't have patience. So a lot of times I'll have to slow myself down with certain things I'm trying to work on. Like, no, you have to go slower. You have to be more patient than the next person. And you have to treat it. It's really just like building a physique. I didn't build my muscle overnight. It takes time. It takes daily workouts. Not necessarily. You get my point. It takes daily effort, eating the right foods and sleeping and focusing on the most important things you can control in the moment to keep on executing. And that's how I try to run the thing. It's just that's why I do the daily swole. It's just daily effort again, and then again, and then again, and then again. It's reps. That's why I love this podcast, because it's just repetitions over and over and over again. Every day is a different topic. We talk about different things, but it's just showing up and doing it every day for your training and for your business, for your relationships. It's just, you have to keep on coats of paint. You have to keep on building it one brick at a time. I feel like that's going to be like my autobiography in the future. The Life of Papa Swolio, one brick at a time. That's probably going to be the name of my book or some shit. One brick at a time. One brick. One brick, but a lot of coffee. So a lot more coffee than bricks. Bricks of coffee. Instead of bricks of cocaine, just bricks of coffee. Just coffee bricks. So does anyone else have any jabroni action? I know I just kind of went off, but that was that's the jabroni of the week. I appreciate it, Poblox. You're one of the realest dudes out there. Thank you, dude. If there's any other jabroni shit, last time we used this opportunity to vent, but that's the jabroni of the week. That's what we should talk about, the jabroni of the week. But the thing is, I don't want to call it the jabroni of the week because I don't go looking for a jabroni. There isn't always a worthy enough jabroni of the week, but we'll do more episodes when there is a jabroni of the week. But yeah. So again, for context, if you are just tuning into the podcast, this is based on the latest YouTube video I did on Brittany Dawn Fitness. So that's a jabroni that we're talking about today, but we're also talking about business ethics and trust, and it's just communication. It's how you would talk to another person. It's very simple. It's not complicated. You just do the right shit. You don't be a piece of shit. It's not that hard. Or you think it wouldn't be that hard. You think it wouldn't be that hard. Anyway, I have some more awesome content, at least I hope it is, for everywhere. I need to go do some fucking shit. So I hope I laid down some fat knowledge cock today. I hope you enjoyed the D. And of course, we'll be here tomorrow. Remember, on Instagram and Facebook, drop your question in the comments under that picture in my feed. So you'll see it says Daily Swole 1010. Post your questions below tomorrow. Tomorrow, you can get your questions answered. You can tune in live. Just make sure that you tune in and turn on your post notifications on Instagram and on Facebook and such, and hit the bell on YouTube. A reminder that the Daily Swole podcast is a separate channel on YouTube. There's a couple hundred subscribers over there. So it's a smaller channel, but I started doing them, like 100 or so episodes ago. I wanted to stream on YouTube, but I wanted to just have a separate stuff just for the podcast. So make sure you go subscribe to both of my channels, the Daily Swole podcast. If you want to watch the live streams on YouTube, it's a separate channel. So I do stream there. That's why you haven't seen them for a couple hundred episodes on my main channel. And tomorrow we'll do Q&A. And if you're not yet subscribed to Swole Normers on YouTube, check out the latest video, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. So a lot of new content. And again, like I've mentioned before, if you have things in the fitness industry, stuff that you want me to rage about, because there will be more Drive Mo Gainings, I promise. There are other ones that are filmed. There's more coming. So there's going to be a mix of both those styles of videos. So you don't know what you're going to get, but there's going to be a lot of news jerking. I like calling it news jerking and not news jacking. So if you have current events and things you want me to talk about, topics of interest that you think that I should make a video on that you find interesting, because if you find it interesting, there's 7 billion people in the world. I guarantee a lot of people will find it interesting as well. So I'm happy to make content based on what you find. So if you see something on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, you can also DM me or hit me up and send it my way, and I'll see what I can do. So thanks for joining me for episode 1009 of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast. In the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose. I'll see you for 1010 for the Sunday Funday Q&A tomorrow. Papa Swole, your boy. Out.